I believe Time Out have a question.
Hello. From Fred Perry to the Williams sisters, tennis has had a richer sartorial heritage than almost any other sport. Historically, who do you think has been tennis's most stylish star?
Historically? Well, I think it's very important for tennis players, you know, because it's a very global sport, and it's individual also. You're alone on the court, so it's not only about how you play, but also how you look and how you feel in your clothes. So it's important, you know. Most of the players, especially the ones who get a bigger exposure and play on the center courts, they really care about how they look, you know, including myself. And but I think from men's tennis I would pick maybe Federer, because he's always perfectly matched in his clothes. And women's John McEnroe. Andrew Agassi has revolutionized a little bit the sport and the match wear. I think when he played in the 90s, that's when he really introduced more colors to the sport, and I think that's, you know, he did a great job for our sport. And then from women's side, I remember Chris Evert was always very stylish, and Ana Ivanovic from Russia.
That's great. Thank you very much. We have a question from the Metro as well.
You mentioned in the past you believe in the power of the mind and the need for a positive mental attitude. So how do you play mind games with competitors in the locker room? And who's the alpha male on the tour and why?
Alpha male on the tour, I can't answer that question. I guess you're gonna make the conclusion yourself. But I don't play mind games in the locker room with my competitors, with my rivals. I think that the biggest mental challenge for myself is actually me. You know, fighting. I have a mental fight with myself, where I try to, you know, focus on positive thoughts, and then if you manage to do that, because through the match, because of the intensity level and competition level, you go through a lot of stages where you have doubts, where you have fears, you know, winning or losing, so you're fighting that by yourself. And then if you manage to focus your thoughts in direction of positiveness, then it radiates through you, and then your opponent feels it. So I think it's very important to stay positive.
That's great. Yeah. SMTV.
Hi Novak, could you tell me why a sunny holiday is the perfect way to prepare to win Wimbledon?
Sorry, can you repeat?
You had a nice sunny holiday, didn't you? You went, yeah, Scouse. I laugh. You went to Corsica, you had a lovely time, but why is that the perfect preparation to win Wimbledon?
There was no preparation at all. There was just getting suntan and doing a little fishing. It's a beautiful place, so I had to get some rest. You know, we don't play all the time. We get to have a little holidays as well after Paris, and then of course I came here a few days ago. Started already practicing on grass.
Brilliant. Tennis Head, I believe we have a question from you.
What's it like to be the best in the world at what you do?
Feels great. What else? I mean, it feels very fulfilling, and of course I'm very proud of all the achievements that I managed to accomplish in my life. And you know, obviously when I became #1 of the world and won Wimbledon title 2 years ago, it was the highlight of my career, the most beautiful moment I experienced on the tennis court. And I had all the flashback of the memories from my childhood when I was growing up as a tennis player, from, you know, in the country that went through a lot of difficulties in the last 30 years, and then, you know, without having a lot of great conditions to become a professional tennis player, and not knowing if I can make it, and then in the end becoming #1 of the world and being there, it's really incredible thing.
That's great.
Thank you.
We have one last question quickly from Wimbledon.com.
Novak, it's Stuart here from Wimbledon.com. As a top athlete, obviously you've got to be careful about your diet. but have you ever tried strawberries and cream at Wimbledon?
You kidding me? That's the first thing I tried when I came here. When I came here 7 years ago, I think was the first time, or 8 years ago, I played Wimbledon, and first thing I tried was strawberries and cream. And that's the most famous thing about Wimbledon, right? So I had to try it, but I've been, as the years were passing by, I was maturing and I was learning more things about myself, about the general well-being. So I have a specific diet that I'm respecting, especially before the tournaments and during the tournaments, that helps me to perform better. Thank you.
That's great. Thank you very much, everyone. I think that's all we've got time for in terms of questions. So,